She sat alone outside her college campus, checking her phone again and again. Her dream date was late. 30 minutes, then an hour, then 2. She kept texting him, begging him to hurry. But here's the twist. The guy she was waiting for didn't exist, because the man she cheated on had created that guy. And by the time she realized what was happening, the last bus home had already left, leaving her with a 3-hour walk and the truth about who she really was. If you've ever been lied to, cheated on, or made to feel like you were someone's backup plan, then this story is going to hit very close to home. So before we dive in, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and get ready, because today's story is one of the coldest revenge setups you'll ever hear. When I first met her, I honestly thought I had gotten lucky. You know that feeling when you meet someone and everything just clicks immediately? That was us. She was gorgeous, like the kind of girl people stop and stare at when she walks into a room. Easy 9 out of 10. But it wasn't just looks. She was funny, quick-witted. The conversations flowed effortlessly. We could sit somewhere for hours just talking about random stuff and never run out of things to say. At first, we weren't officially dating. We were stuck in that weird middle ground. You know the one. Not quite friends, but not fully a couple either. We flirted constantly, hung out almost every day, but nobody said the words. That went on for about 6 months. Then one night, everything changed. We were sitting in her car outside my apartment, music playing quietly in the background. She looked at me for a long moment. Then she said it. "I think I love you." My heart jumped a little when she said it. Not in a dramatic movie way, just that small electric moment when something real happens. And honestly, I felt the same way. So I told her. And just like that, we were officially together. For the first year, things were great. Not perfect, no relationship is, but it felt stable, comfortable, like we were building something real. Or at least, that's what I thought. Because the first crack in everything appeared in the stupidest way possible, a Facebook comment. One night, she posted a picture of herself. Nothing special, just a selfie. So I left a dumb comment under it, something cheesy like, "Pretty sure I'm dating the most beautiful girl on this site." Just harmless boyfriend stuff. A few minutes later, another comment popped up. Some guy, I didn't recognize the name, and he wrote something like, "Wow man, slow on the draw. I thought I was Prince Charming here." At first, I thought it was a joke, but the tone felt weird, confident, not playful, more like possessive, and immediately my stomach tightened, because guys only talk like that when they think they have some kind of claim. So I asked her about it. She brushed it off instantly. "Oh, him, he's just a friend." Just a friend. You know how those words always sound harmless on the surface, but sometimes they hide everything underneath. I pressed a little harder. She finally admitted they had been talking for about a month. A month, and she never mentioned him once. That was the first real red flag. But I didn't explode. I didn't accuse her. I just said something simple. "Look, if this guy is becoming something more than a friend, just tell me. I'm not playing games." She insisted again. "They're just friends." But something in my gut didn't believe it, so I gave her an ultimatum. Not aggressively, just calmly. "If you want to keep talking to him, that's your choice. But I'm not sticking around for that." Silence. Then she said something that told me everything I needed to know. "He's a really great guy." That was her answer. Not, "You're the only one I want." Not, "Don't worry about him." Just, "He's a really great guy." So I walked away. A month passed. I tried to move on. Tried to forget about her. But anyone who's been through something like that knows. It doesn't disappear overnight. Then one night my phone buzzed. Her name. A long message. She said she missed me. Said she had made a mistake. Said the other guy turned out to be a jerk. Apparently he had slept with her and disappeared right after. I won't lie. Part of me felt vindicated hearing that, but another part of me still cared. So we met up. She cried. Said she loved me. Said she wanted to fix things. Now, logically, I knew something was wrong. But emotions make people stupid. So I told her this: if we try again, this is it. No games, no lies. She swore up and down. I promise, this time is different. And that's when the idea came to me. Not immediately, but slowly, quietly, like a little voice in the back of my head. Because if she really meant what she said, there was nothing to worry about. But if she didn't, I wanted proof. So I created someone, a guy named Matt Vanguard. Yeah, if you're a gamer, you'll recognize the reference. But she wouldn't. I built the profile carefully. Photos of some ridiculously good-looking guy I found online. Travel pictures, gym pictures, friends, posts, everything. Enough details to make it believable. Then I added her. She accepted the request almost immediately. Within a day, Matt started chatting with her. I made him slightly arrogant, a little rude, kind of the type of guy you'd expect someone with bad judgment to fall for. And sure enough, within 2 days, she was flirting. Within 4, she gave him her phone number. And the whole time, she was still telling me that she loved me. I remember staring at my phone that night, watching the 2 conversations side by side. Her messages to me, "Good night, babe." Her messages to Matt, "I'd love to meet you sometime." That was the moment something inside me went cold. Because cheating is one thing, but looking someone in the eye, telling them you love them, while planning something with someone else, that's a different level of betrayal. So I decided to finish what I started. She was a college student, and she took the bus home every night. Her classes ended late, around the time the last buses were running. So Matt invited her on a date, a very romantic one. He would pick her up after class in his nice car, take her somewhere special. But there was one small problem. Matt worked late. He told her he wouldn't be able to get there until about an hour after her class ended. She said that was fine. She'd stay and study. Meanwhile, I messaged her as myself. "Hey, want to hang out tonight?" Her reply came quickly. "Sorry, I have an extracurricular thing tonight. A friend is giving me a ride home." I actually laughed out loud reading that, because the lie came so easily. That night arrived, she finished class, and started texting Matt. "Hey, are you almost here? The buses stop running soon." Matt replied, "Sorry, work ran late. Leaving now." She sent a smiley face. "Okay, can't wait to see you." 20 minutes passed, then 30, then an hour. Her messages became impatient. "Are you close?" Matt replied again. "Sorry, I got pulled over for speeding. I was trying to get there faster." Her response, "Seriously? Wow. Okay, just get here soon." Another hour passed. She was furious by then, sitting alone outside the campus, cold, frustrated, watching the last bus drive away. Then finally, Matt sent his last message. "Sorry, I don't go on dates with lying whores." A few seconds later, she replied, "What? What are you talking about?" Then I sent the final message. "This isn't Matt. It's me." There was a long pause. Then she typed, "You two know each other?" I replied, "No. I created him to see if you were still cheating." Another pause. Then the excuses started. "I wasn't actually going to meet him." Right. Because giving someone your number, flirting for days, and waiting outside your college for hours totally doesn't mean you were planning to meet them. I cut her off. "Don't contact me again." Then I added one last line. "And you might want to start walking. I think you missed your bus." Months passed after that. I moved on. Eventually, she messaged me again. A long apology. She said she had replayed that night in her mind over and over. Said she understood why I did what I did. I told her I appreciated the apology, but things were done. She asked if we could at least be friends. I said maybe, but I also told her something else. I said I had a girlfriend now, which wasn't true, but I wanted to make sure she understood. That door was permanently closed. One day the topic came up again, and she told me something interesting. That night, after everything happened, after the buses stopped running, she had to walk home. 3 hours, alone, in the dark. and she said it was the worst night of her life. She called it her walk of shame. And when she said that, I didn't feel guilty. I didn't feel sorry. Because in that moment, I realized something. That 3-hour walk wasn't punishment. It was a mirror. 3 hours alone with the consequences of her own choices. 3 hours to think about the lies, the betrayal, the games she thought she could play. And the funny thing is, that walk was probably the most honest relationship she'd ever had, because for once, there was no one left to lie to. Sometimes revenge isn't about hurting someone. Sometimes it's about revealing who they really are. And when someone shows you that they're willing to betray you twice, believe them the first time. Because trust is like glass. Once it's broken, you can try to glue it back together, but you'll always see the cracks. If you enjoyed this story, hit the like button and subscribe for more unbelievable revenge stories just like this. And tell me in the comments, what would you have done in this situation? Would you have walked away? Or would you have done exactly what he did? Either way, karma always finds a way. And sometimes, it arrives in the form of a 3-hour walk home.